I'm seeing now just this incredible wave of talent coming out of the Native community. I mean, that's what we do on this show, and it's really incredible. You must have been one of the few Native performers, certainly one of the few Native performers to get the kind of I'm sorry, start that over.
Okay.
We're seeing an incredible wave of talent come out of the Native community now. But in the day, you must have been one of the few Native performers to be getting exposure.
Yeah, I believe so. And but you know, I don't think too many people thought along the line of racial or color lines or anything like that. In the music business, this is what's so great about the music business. It doesn't matter if you're green.
Yeah.
You know, as long as you can play and do the job, and that's it. Is if you can entertain, nobody cares. Just entertain us, and that's what it is. That's what the whole music business is about, and that's why I'm so excited about our Aboriginal performers coming up today, because they have the same attitude.
Right. Well, and that's interesting. I think there is an aspect of entertaining, but you do that so well, and entertaining is not just playing and singing.
Oh no, you have to read the crowd. I mean, but I'll be honest with you, Greg. I mean, you know this. It takes experience.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been doing shows all my life, and as I mentioned, I was trained by one of the best, I think, in the business, Hal Lone Pine. And so you learn to read the crowd. You know when to jump to another tune.
Yeah.
If that sort of part of the show is not working, and you know when to jump. That's why you have to have great musicians behind you. Again, like I'm saying, I don't care who
Jump
you
in,
are.
right?
Just jump in, because if you can do that, then you're a real pro.
Yeah.
So you read the crowd, and a lot of performers. And the only way you're going to learn to do that is keep doing shows.
Right on. Right on. Now, you did "Proud to be Métis" for us, and you said you do that at most shows.
Every show.
Yeah.
Every show I do since I wrote it. And especially, I guess by the time this airs, I'll have been inducted into the Canadian Country Music Association Hall of Fame.
Right.
In Edmonton. And they asked me, what song, of all the songs that you've recorded, would you like us to play before we introduce you? And I said, The Métis. I'm mighty proud of Métis is another one, but one I wrote 40 years ago called The Métis made quite an impact in all my career, actually, too. I said, I want that one sang. That's the one, The Métis. And they said, okay, and they said, we'll get Crystal Shawanda to sing it. And I said, great, that's terrific,
Wonderful.
And so I'm proud of Métis, and everybody knows it. I mean, that's what I say.
Yeah.
And that leads up to my Conchita Kowalski song.
Which is a killer for me, because my dad's Polish, my mom's Métis Cree. I got all of that.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. What motivated you to write that one?
Well, it actually is a true story.
Really?
When I tell it on stage, my friend, my drummer at the time said, he was Ukrainian, and he said, or he is Ukrainian, still is. Anyway, he said to me, he said, boy, that's you're really proud of your Métis roots, and I said, I sure am. I said, because they kind of go all over, And he said, there are other mixes, and I thought that was an odd question. I said, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And he says, well, for instance, he said there's Polish and there's Italian. Get married and that kind of stuff, and he's kind of tongue-in-cheek too,
Yeah.
And he said, there's Ukrainian, me. He said, marrying, who knows, whatever. And I said, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I went home that night and I wrote that song, Conchita Kowalski.
Lovely. I love it. Keith Sikola, he said his mom's 100% Ojibwe, his dad's 100% Italian. He calls himself a Jibwap.
A Jibwap.
He's good. I love Keith. You did a gospel number for us as well.
Yes.
And that's been a big part of your writing and your...
Yeah. No More on the Outside Looking In was the one you're referring to. I've written a few. As a matter of fact, I have a gospel album out too. And I sing with a gospel quartet.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and it's just for fun.
Yeah.
We just do maybe a show a month or a show every 2 months sometimes, but they're also seasoned professionals, and we go out into senior citizens' homes and some hospitals and in some churches. We're part of the service, And it just, I have so much fun doing that. You know, you can't make any money at it. Although you can't make any money at it, but it's a lot of fun.
Right on, right on. And this year, you took the time to put your autobiography together.
Yeah, so actually it was a few years ago,
Okay.
I'd say about 3-4 years ago.
Okay.
And Pemmican Publishing, a branch of the Manitoba Métis Federation, asked me to write my autobiography. And I thought, oh, that'd be easy. No, not. You sit down and you start writing and writing, and then you think, maybe this is right. Then you start thinking, things are so far back. Was that a dream, or did that really happen?
Well, you've got lots of photos to
Yes.
to document everything. It's a wonderful collection. I'm really looking forward to getting into it. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Good.
it looks great. And by the time this airs,
Yeah.
you'll have been inducted into the Canadian Country Hall of Fame.
Yes, I'm so excited about that.
Well,
you know.
congratulations.
Thank you
I
so
mean,
much,
that's
Greg.
tremendous.
Oh,
That's
I'm
tremendous.
I'm really excited. They told me, they said, you're the second Manitoban, the first one being Lucille Starr, from the
Okay.
French song. And they said, we're searching and searching. We think you might be the first Aboriginal Métis. And I said, are you serious? There has to be somebody with Métis. I mean, there has to be, you know.
Yeah.
They said, nobody's said anything.
Wow.
So tongue-in-cheek, I said, well, I may be the first openly declared Métis.
Right on. Right
You know,
on.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, right on. You're breaking trail for us.
Oh,
On that one?
Oh, thank you. No, it's such an honor. I couldn't express in words. I really can't. And I had to get my wife to help me, wife Glory, to help me write the speech. I said, because I just don't know what to say.
Yeah.
There's so many people along the way.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
you know, and so many. I mean, what do you say? I mean, there was APTN, for instance, you know, who came to them with a show called later. I mean, after I thought, well, I'm done now, and I came to them with a show called Rhythms of the Métis. They bought that, so all of a sudden I was on APTN again.
Yeah.
And before that, I worked for 9 years as a program manager at NCIFM, which is Native Communications.
Right.
So I'm really going back to my roots again.
Yeah.
You know.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on. Well, it's a real pleasure, Ray. Thanks
Thank you
for
so much,
welcoming us into your home. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're here in Winnipeg.
Okay.
On the mix with Ray St. Germain.